Good day, you lovely, lovely people. Power surges, appliances blown up, lights, LED lights blown up. It's something that you have to consider when you come in here into the Philippines, because these power surges are crazy. They are crazy, crazy things, people. Now, I've been through two desktop computers. And this was before I knew anything about these AVRs, and I'm going to talk about that as well a little bit later in the video. When I first came here, and I had a laptop, and I dropped it at the time when I was moving into a new apartment. It fell out the bag, not the laptop bag, but the backpack I had on. My own fault. I couldn't do the zip up, and I should have put the bag on that way instead of that way, so the laptop fell out. It broke anyway, it broke. So I went and bought a desktop, and I was using that desktop for 3 months. It wasn't even that, and it was a new one, brand new, from Lee Plaza here in Dipolo. And it just stopped working one day, just wouldn't turn on. And I took it, well, I phoned up the shop and they said, yeah, you know, you can bring it back here, because it was still under warranty. So I took it back, and me, stupid, and you know, they had a look at it and they said it's blown inside, and they said, you know, did you have an AVR? I said, an AVR? What's one of them? And they said, an automatic voltage regulator. I said, no, I haven't got one of them. They said, well, the you know, the guarantee is void. I said, void? You know, what's an automatic voltage regulator? And they said, well, here in the Philippines, sir. And she showed me this box thing, and I said, well, how come no one told me that when I bought the computer? And they said, we did. The guy who sold me it was there. He said, I did. And I remember him saying it. He says, you know, do you want one of these? And I thought it was just like, you know, like an add-on for the computer. I said, no, sir, I don't want that. And I should have bought it. Anyway, so that was broken forever. Got it fixed, and I got an AVR at that time. But that computer was never right. It was never right after that. So well, it's still in here actually. I don't use it because it just keeps turning itself off. And so I got an AVR. Now, there are different AVRs here. There is this little black thing, I think it's about 600 pesos. Don't bother, they are a waste of time. Waste of time. Because when there's a power surge, they blow. Okay, there is no switch off on them. They just blow, and that's it. You've got to go and buy a new one. The one I bought it's a big white thing. I think it's about 2,500 pesos. But stupid me, and the reason I'm talking about this is because last night we had a power surge where the transformer just up the road here blew up, and what an explosion it was. Anyway, it blew up. No, so off, you know, the electric was off. So I started up my generator, plugged everything into, you know, to the generator, and no lights. You know, the lights wouldn't work in the house. So I thought, you know, what's up with that? You know, I know what's happened. Every one of my lights in the house, because they are LEDs, downlights, and I think there's about 16 in there, I think. Every one of them blew. Every one. So now I've got no lights in there. And out here as well, because these lights were on when the power set. These are blown as well. Every LED that was on has blown. Every single one. So I googled it, and LEDs are very susceptible to, you know, power fluctuations. And stupid me. So now I've got to go out today and I've got to buy all new lights. This is the worst thing that happened last night. I'm stupid me. Our refrigerator wasn't on an AVR. The fridge is blown up as well. Now that fridge is only a couple of years old. It's a Samsung fridge. It's a big one. It's a very expensive one as well. So I called up an engineer today. Well, I left a message on his Facebook, and he said, "What happened?" I said, "Power surge." He said, "Throw it away." I said, "What?" He said, "Just throw it away." I said, "I'm not throwing it away. That's expensive." And he said, "Sir, by the time you get the board," and it was bullshit, because I've had a look as well. I googled a circuit board for that, and it is worth doing. So it's just finding like an engineer to do it. Because as soon as you say what it is, like a digital display, it's like a touch one, and I've got to find like an engineer who will fix it. But it can be fixed. And the TV blew as well. The TV is only 4 months old. So when I go into Diplo today to buy the lights, I'm going to pop in the shop, and I know what they are going to say. They're going to say, "Well, why didn't you put it on an AVR?" And I'm not going to say it was on an AVR. I'm not going to lie to them. I'm just going to see what they say. It's just to say, to see if they will exchange it, which I don't blame them if they don't. It's my own fault. Or if they can put me onto an engineer who will fix it. So the ref blew, the TV blew, and all the lights. And this is my own stupidity because I didn't have the TV on an AVR. It's very important, people, if you're coming to the Philippines, all of your electrical appliances, put them through an AVR. Now there's an AVR that, so I've been told, that before the electric comes into your house, where they connect it, you can put that through an AVR, which is all of your like the electrical equipment, appliances is covered by this AVR. But there's quite a lot of there's good things about them, bad things about them. I don't know, but and they take up a little bit more electric as well. But that's nothing, is it? Because if it saves your appliances, you don't mind paying for a little bit more electric where they are running themselves. But I'm going to look into that as well today. I'm going to go into Jellicoe and see the man in there and see what he suggests. But I've had this happen before when I was in an apartment, and that the AVR I have got, and I use that on my computer, and it's got a needle on it, and it goes click, 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 where it's surging like this, and that does that every single day, at different times of the day. But that is protecting my computer, because I'm saying important. It is important. But these AVRs, they will only protect one item, so you get AVR for this. And those cheap ones in the black boxes, I'm saying I wouldn't bother getting one. It's better than nothing, but they don't click off. Where this one I've got for my laptop, if there is a bad power surge, it will switch off and then it comes back on when it's. But those black ones don't. They just blow up, and then you have to buy a new one, which has happened to me. That's how I know about this. And there's a fuse in them. The fuse had blown, so I went and bought like a new fuse from AJ Music. Bought a new fuse, put that in, didn't work. And I took the box to AJ Music and tested it. No, it's blown, sir. He said generally what happens when there's a power surge, it does blow the fuse, but it blows these as well. He says they aren't a lot of copies. He says one-time protection only. One time. Sometimes we can have, go and buy this needle. How often it's going click, click. The power surges all the time. And they go right down as well. Oh, the electric fans blew as well. I forgot to say that. Two of the 3 electric fans blew. But they were just cheap Chinese things, so they are just expendables, really. They are cheap. They last for 6 or 8 months, and I just replace them anyway. Because I've had good electric fans here, really good ones, and they just don't seem to last. And the reason is because of the power surges. Now, like I said, if you had to have like a separate box for every one of your appliances, there'd be boxes all over the place. So I'm really going to look into that. The AVR, where it comes into your house, and it's just I think it's 1 or 2 of them together, and that will protect all of your appliances. Apparently, like I said, there's different reviews that I've read about them, so I can't really get a definitive answer if they're worth getting or not. But either way, we've got no ref, and we've got no TV at the moment, and no lights. no lights. So I've got to replace all these. I'm going to pop into the shop, like I said, where I bought the TV from, and see what they say about it. But I know they're going to say it's my own fault, and I'm not going to say it was running through an AVR when it wasn't. I'm not going to do that. But I'll be happy if they can pass me on to an engineer who would come out and fix it. But there are people, so it's just something to think about if you're coming to the Philippines, you know, because I never thought about it, you know. And my friend who does a bit of gaming, he you know, like he's got one of these AVRs, and I said, what's that? And the same when you go into you know, government buildings and you see they're all computers, and you look on the floor, there's always, you know, they all running through these AVRs. So it's just some. Oh, also on the internet box, because that, you know, that was on the PLDT internet. So now I'm on Wi-Fi now. I've got which I saved actually. I'm pleased. I got like an antenna and this open line globe box. You put the SIM card in it. You load the SIM card just as you would your phone, and I've got data on that. Yeah, so yeah, we blew that as well. Everything that was on, it basically blew, and it was a big power surge. It blew the transformer up. Oh, someone said to me before, he says, look, you can get a post outside your house and you can get your own transformer. Cost a lot of money. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to look into this AVR where it's coming into the house. But please, people, if you come into the Philippines, think, or if you are in the Philippines and you know, like your like appliances are blowing, you know, they aren't lasting as long as what they should be, and you know, this is the reason the power surges here, and sometimes it's very low, and you can tell because sometimes, you know, the electric fan will just go around like this. We think, oh, it's low, and then all of a sudden it comes fast, and the box is tick 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 tick. Something to consider, people. It really is. Anyway, I thought I'd tell you that because it might be a top tip for some of you guys that are coming here, or you're already here. Please get yourself one of those AVRs. They are worth every single penny. Otherwise, you're not. Mind you, the only way to protect the lights, because I don't think you can run like an AVR. I don't know. I'll have to see the electrician. But if I get one that's coming into the house, it'll protect all my electrics. I think that's the best thing to do, is to get that fitted. But I've got to go out and buy all lights now. Oh, man. It never rains, it pours, people, doesn't it? Never rains, it pours. This is the good thing about being in like a rented accommodation, because your landlord will come and replace everything, probably. But it doesn't warrant rent, does it? I hate rent. I hate it. But yeah, that's it really, people. Oh, and also, we couldn't get out the house last night. Couldn't get out. My wife said, Steve, you know, the door latch won't open. Oh, come out. Sure as eggs are eggs, it wouldn't open. It was, you could turn the handle, it was working perfectly, but the latch was just staying there. Tried everything. Tried anyway. Took it apart, like got the knobs off, and it was moving, but that wasn't moving, so I had to smash that out. And I had to, oh man, it's just been a nightmare. But anyway, I went there this morning, got a new door lock and latch on here. Look, where's that? That one there, the bottom one. Got a new one of them. Fitted that, good as gold. It's just the quality of the products here in the Philippines. You know, you buy what you think is a good product, and it's just not. I don't think I've bought anything that's been lasting in the Philippines. I really don't. I really don't. Everything that I've bought is just not lasted. It's like, it's the bottom end of the Chinese quality, because everything here comes from China. Everything. The same as around the world. And someone said to me, well, how come the you know, the quality of products in the Philippines is low compared to the quality of the products that come out of China that go to England? And it's because here it's the bottom end of the market, because people haven't got that much money, so they would rather buy cheap. It's like all of these things. Standard is called. It's not Stanley. It's you know, they don't last. They don't last. They fall apart and they rust, and nothing lasts. You know, what you buy from Shopee or anything like that. Especially like the electrical appliances. Like I said, because there's power surges, and also, have you seen? I've got to say this. The wire that comes off of some of the appliances here, like the wires that come off of electric fans, they like this thick, very, very thin, like that. And you think, how can that amount of electricity go through that and not get hot? It's just crap. You know, it's just, the quality of things here is just not, it's not up to par. Everything that I bought from Shopee, like, the electrical, that's why now I just get the cheap fans, because they last, as I said, 6, 7, 8 months, and then they just stop working. I buy a new one, but they're only cheap. The expensive ones I bought, yes, they are better, the sort of oscillating and this, that and the other, and different settings on it, but they haven't lasted because of no AVR, I think. So it's just getting quality products here in the Philippines is very difficult. Look, my neighbour's roof, look, so it's all rusted up, and that's not been on there more than a year, because the metal and the covering, the coating that they use, it just doesn't last. Just doesn't last. I've got, on my one, I painted it as well, although it's got a coating on it. It was expensive, this roofing. It was the high-end quality, but I still painted it. It was on there, and it was on there a couple of years, and there was no rust. But when I was getting my upstairs renovated, I thought, I want to paint all these roofs, so it hasn't got to be done again in the future. So I painted them with this Davis roof shield, and it dries like a rubber, so it's like a rubber protection. We will see. Even the paint here is just not up to standard. You paint it and then it fades. Everything fades after like a few months, or it sinks. You can fill, prime, paint, and it sinks. It just sinks after a couple of months. It's just not up to standard. But there you go. It's not a complaint, people. It's just, I'm just saying. But that's it. And I hope any of you people who was in the eye of that storm last night, since it's been here, I hope you're managing okay, and you wasn't too seriously damaged. But anyway, that's it, people. I just thought I'd say that. Get yourself an AVR. Get many of them to protect all of your appliances. Otherwise, you'll end up like me. Thank you, people. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I think that's very important. That's what people say anyway. Oh, God. Thank you. Bye-bye.